Week 9 of spring anime. Animation's insane this week. A lot of cool episodes, story moments, emotional moments, especially from Vinland Saga, keeping it consistent. Gundam, which was very nice this week. Jigokuraku is back. This anime's going so hard, setting up this environment, all these monsters. The vibes are off the charts for Gabimaru and his squad. So yeah, a lot of interesting things happening. Heavenly Delusion again was like very good too. So yeah, let's talk about the animes this week. Okay, so for Vinland Saga Season 2, Episode 22, Thorfinn said the thing. I got no enemies after this episode. None at all. I just met y'all today. So yeah, this is the iconic line, iconic scene, very emotional episode. Love the pacing of this anime. As though you watch the whole episode, you're just entranced what's gonna happen, this negotiation. Every moment is so tense, every word matters. And you know, the episode just finishes so quickly. Yeah, where did the time go? So yeah, another solid episode. Not too much to talk about, but yeah, iconic scene that got animated. I've been seeing this image on Twitter, Thorfinn with his bruised up face, and you know now it's animated. Now I have the full context. Very cool. And yeah, after getting beaten up 100 times, Thorfinn just schooled that dude, the bear killer, whatever his name was. And yeah, when he talks to the king, everyone's like kind of surprised, like oh shit, Thorfinn is him. So yeah, they have a negotiation. We see that you know neither side wants to like, give in. Thorfinn's like, can you leave the farm? You don't need to kill all these people. You don't need your revenge. You're just stealing. But then Canute is like, I'm trying to save the Vikings. So that's kind of interesting. So that kind of caught Thorfinn off guard. He's like, damn, so that's how Canute is leading these people he's following. So he's not trying to create like a perfect world. First, he wants to like save the people he can around him. And then after he gets all this power, that's when he'll try to establish that perfect world. So yeah, he's talking about going against God. So yeah, a lot of stuff, very interesting, hearing their ideals. I just want to know what's going to happen. So yeah, very solid episode, 10 out of 10. This season, amazing. So for Jigokuraku episode 9, so yeah, insane ass episode. Gabimaru just like going off fighting. We see the Tencent, so like the dude with the kind of like greenish orange hair, voiced by Sukuna. So yeah, he defeated Tenso last episode. That was so sad. My dude, he was so cool, just like you know fighting, but you know people gotta die on this island. So yeah, Gabimaru kind of like comes across him because he doesn't want to stay home. He doesn't want to rest. He needs to fight the Tencent. He needs to get the elixir of life. He needs to speed run this ASAP to get to his wife. Nothing else matters. So everyone is just kind of sleeping. The other guard, he's just like so tired from absorbing all this information. Gabimaru just like runs into the forest, into the center of the island to find a Tencent. So he finds like this man-made gate somewhere. So he's like, oh, okay, this is kind of suspicious. Maybe there's something inside, but as he was trying to, you know, bust open the door, that other Sukuna voice Tencent comes in. So I think his name is Zhu Jin, and yeah, you know, he's very strong. You know, he's immortal, first of all, but Gabimaru, he's also like kind of somewhat immortal or super powered, so this fight is very balanced. Like both sides like throwing all they can. So like, Gabimaru just like, you know, fighting him, kicking him. He has like the overwhelming power advantage, but yeah, the Tencent keeps regenerating. Also, he has some unknown powers just pulling out, so yeah, just energy blasts. He tanked a whole aesthetic blaze, so yeah, Gabimaru's getting a bit overwhelmed. But then Gabimaru kind of kicks this dude in the stomach. He kicks him so hard he transforms into a woman. So yeah, these Tencent, they have a lot of like special abilities. But yeah, this fight kind of gives us a lot to think about. So yeah, the Tencent, they might have like a weakness, like a core. So if Gabimaru hits it, it kind of like, you know, reverts them back into like a different gender. It seems like both genders are pretty powerful. So like the man is kind of like, you know, better physically, but the woman can have like more energy blasts, like fight at a distance. But I'm not sure, that's a speculation. But yeah, basically these Tencent, they are somewhat immortal, but they gotta like replenish that immortal juice or else they'll just run out of energy. Gabimaru realizes that these guys aren't god. They're kind of like man-made supernatural magic shit. So basically there is a way to defeat them. So yeah, as Gabimaru's kind of figuring everything out, like he's just getting hit by energy beams. So his energy beam is something different that like we've been exposed to on this island, but it still is like something mysterious. It's basically some kind of telekinetic power, just like throwing force bullets in the air. There's not too much to defend against, so you just gotta dodge them. And a lot of people on this island seem to have the same powers. So yeah, these energy blasts, we also gotta deal with that. But Gabimaru kind of like gets knocked out, just like bleeding, so injured from this fight. But he remembers his wife, he cannot lose. So he just rushes head first, keeps fighting, and he actually defeats this flower demon. Like he is so severely injured, But then, once you beat it, it kind of has like a second form. Bro, this boss, it just like transforms to like this big ass demonic monster. I have like a two-faced beast with like all these flowers. Just like so giant, very cool, very supernatural like. So yeah, the first stage of the fight, they were just aura punching each other, kind of figuring things out. Second stage of the fight, Gabimaru's just getting pummeled by this big flower monster. It's kind of insane. So if all these Tencent have these kind of transformation abilities, I don't know how the fuck we're gonna survive this island. These dudes are way too powerful. But Gabimaru, he's kind of like in his head after getting knocked out. He sees his wife, and then he's like, oh, maybe this island was all a nightmare. And then, oh, maybe my wife can take care of me. But no, he's like, I gotta leave now. I gotta keep fighting. He also remembers Ninja Rule 20 that was told by his clan leader, where if you're dying, just unleash all your power, fight back. Have like a last ditch maneuver. It's like the Sun Tzu Art of War. Beware a cornered animal, because that shit's gonna fuck you up. So Gabimaru kind of slices off this flower demon's head. He falls down, so there's not really much left for him to do. But then he gets rescued by May, the cute little pink-haired girl. Oh, she's back. So I guess she followed Gabimaru. She's betraying the Tencent, and she kind of throws like an energy barrier and jumps off the cliff with Gabimaru. So yeah, they are rescued. Very nice. But yeah, this fight was insane. Kind of told us a lot about everything. So yeah, knowing it, like what the Tencent's abilities, their limits, and there can be some way to fight against them, but you just need to be very strong. But apparently all these new people on the island are super strong. So it's not just Gabimaru, there's like some other dudes. And we also realized that there are 7 Tencent. They're kind of born off the body of one hermit that kind of inherited 7 different types of powers of the gods and basically split his body into like 7 different personalities. So yeah, they can change genders, they can do like a lot of things, and they're basically immortal, but they do have to replenish their immortality, so that's like a big deal actually. But yeah, overall, we just see a big rogues gallery of all these 7 Tencent. Very insane. They all have different hair colors, different types of anime personalities, but they do have one thing in common, is that they seem very, very strong. So yeah, we learned a lot. Gabimaru gets out alive, and yeah, we'll see what's gonna happen next time. And after watching this episode, if you didn't know it already, he is a great main character. He's not letting anything distract him from seeing his wife. He's very tough. All these fights have been very entertaining so far. A lot of them seem to be a bit abrupt because we just like fought this Tencent twice in a row. But besides that, more stuff is happening on the island. More of these characters kind of interacting, learning more, and yeah, we'll see what's gonna happen next time. Okay, so for Mashle episode 8, it's kind of like an insane fight episode. A lot of battles happening. Comedy's like pretty consistent as well. So yeah, the main problem we're facing right now is that a lot of people in the dorm, they're getting like sick. Their magical powers are getting drained and they're super tired. So yeah, a lot of people are just in the hospital. Lemon's like kind of scared, like, oh, what's gonna happen? So yeah, they all go investigate at night, and they realize that like some people are being turned into puppets. So yeah, we see there's like a puppet Lemon. So yeah, maybe the Langdorm are kind of like, possessing these people, maybe stealing their coins and also stealing their magical ability. We don't know so far, but Mash kind of finds an underground chamber. So yeah, I guess this is the Chamber of Secrets right here. Mash got no time to wait, so he just brute force opens the door by like kind of stabbing a sword into it like a crowbar and like kicking that shit. There was also a really good rap soundtrack playing. They kind of emphasize Mash's strength, I guess. But yeah, like he kind of pries open the door and they go downstairs. So inside this kind of like secret chamber, there's not really much to do. It's just like a bunch of battles. So yeah, it's like a bunch of dudes from the Langdorm. We don't know why they're like waiting here, what they're doing. But yeah, the lemon doll is going down there, so we're just following it. So yeah, the red-haired spiky dude is kind of fighting this dude with vines. So yeah, he has like some kind of plant magic. But the red dude's just like spamming Explode Bomb and just like kind of destroying him. So yeah, besides that, a bit underwhelming. But after they beat him, everyone kind of sinks to the floor. And they're kind of transported into like their own battle with different people. So there's a lot of different people. Mashle, he's fighting Abyss Racer, who's like the dude with the mask, who seems like kind of interesting. But I mean, Mash is like super overpowered, so I doubt that any of these fights are a problem for him. There's a pink-haired girl, Love Cute, who's like kind of interesting, I guess. So yeah, her and Milo Genus, they're fighting the red-haired dude and the other scared guy. So as stuff is happening, we kind of like transformed into like a big battle arc. So I'm kind of excited to see what's gonna happen next episode. Is it gonna be an action episode? Is it going to just be straight up comedy? Are they going to subvert our expectations? Well, we got to see. But yeah, loving this anime overall. It's just like super funny. The gimmick does get old, but the anime is pretty entertaining. Okay, so for Heavenly Delusion episode 10, story kind of continues. I'll quickly go over this. So we kind of like learned that the storyteller, because yeah, he was actually telling us the truth about how he was like kidnapped by like a gang of women that were treating men as like breeding pigs. So he kind of wanted to rescue his son because he escaped the facility, but he wanted to know if everyone was okay. So yeah, our main characters, Kiru and Maru, kind of like visit the facility. They see that it is run down and abandoned. Everyone is missing, so it was attacked by a man-eater. And yeah, they get attacked by the same man-eater. It's still hanging out here. So I love this fight. It's kind of like a JoJo stand battle, which is like very insane. All these fights are really cool because in real time, we have to investigate the enemy. We have to kind of survive their ability and kind of fight back. So yeah, this fight is no different. It's kind of like a dude with ice powers, and his ice is kind of like an area effect type of thing that you could dodge. But the only way to do that is to like kind of visibly see the ice. So if you like spray water around the air, then you can kind of see its attack. And yeah, this animation was like very clean. All of the art in this anime looks very cinematic. So yeah, really enjoyed this fight. Kind of like this giant ice spider. They kind of like run away. Kiryu and Maru kind of get frozen, but then Kiryu shoots it with her gun. Shoots it a second time, cuts it in half, but then the top half of the body is still alive, so it gets away. This village run by women got abandoned, and yeah, I guess we'll never know what happened to that dude's son. But wait, they conveniently like meet up with us. So yeah, they were in the area, and apparently, yeah, they recognize each other. Oh, you're the breeding pigs, right? And the storyteller gets reunited with a son. So yeah, that's very sick. Kiryu and Maru continue their travels. Wholesome episode, cool fight. And we do get some stuff in the wrap-ups, which was like kind of scary. So okay, so the son, he's actually like kind of like a man-eater. I don't know why, but yeah, he's the one with ice powers. But also it's kind of weird. After Kiryu and Maru leave, the dude that got reunited with his son, he kind of murders the wife. And then he like steals their car and escapes. I don't know why. But yeah, it feels like the ending to all these kind of like different side stories are very tragic. So yeah, there's a lot of like open-endedness to this anime. A lot of these stories kind of make us think, oh, what's gonna happen in the future? But goddamn it. Really love the scenery, the comedy, the fights. And yeah, I'm gonna continue watching this anime. I really want to know how it'll end up. Okay, so for Birdie Wing Golf Girl Story, Season 2, Episode 9. Pretty insane episode. The golf kind of goes hard. It's Eve right now. She's trying to be a pro. So she gotta win the European Women's Open. She's playing against this girl Aisha, who seems to be super strong. Her golf is kind of like a cannon shooting. So they kind of like reused this animation of her running, kind of yeeting the golf ball, pretty powerful. The last episode was kind of hilarious because Eve kind of like learns a new shot overnight. And yeah, she just invents the rainbow bullet burst. This shot is insane. It kind of launches the ball at a huge distance. And yeah, she's just spamming it each time. So yeah, no one can really like catch up to her. The problem is as she finishes day 2 of the competition, she just seems to be very injured. So spamming her move was actually so much. It took a lot out of her. Bro, like she had to tape up her arms and legs. It was kind of insane. So yeah, she's in so much pain. The old man mentor is kind of like advising her, do not use the rainbow bullet burst tomorrow or else you get a permanent injury. So it's kind of crazy. So I thought the rainbow bullet burst was a bit undeserved. It's like, oh, she learned a power. Kind of like Jujutsu Kaisen the Black Flash. Oh, you just learned like a strong move and you can just spam it like that. But yeah, it does have consequences, so it takes a toll on her body. She is still 15, so yeah, using such a high-powered move is like a lot for her bones and muscles. So yeah, the old man basically does some quick acupuncture on her. He was trying to like quickly recover, and yeah, the next day she tapes up her arms and legs, but she can't use the rainbow bullet burst. So yeah, she just like goes with the blue bullet. Her golf right now, she can't be herself, so it's just a bit weaker, and Aisha's kind of overtaking her. So yeah, this final hole, she needs to get a birdie on it. So what does she do? She pulls out the rainbow bullet burst. Her caddy's like, no, Eve, I don't want you to do this, but I do believe in you. So show me something. So yeah, Eve does the rainbow bullet burst. I was kind of scared because yeah, I'm like, bro, you're about to break your arms for this. But no, the golf club actually absorbed the shock and it broke instead of her. So that was very sick. It was a good way of kind of surprising us, like, oh, what's gonna happen? Is she just gonna pull off this move scot-free, no injury? But no, she kind of calculated this, she planned for this. It was not luck, it was 100% skill. And yeah, now she has to get a birdie, so basically, she has another rainbow shot. It was kind of insane. This was her own shot that she invented. It was called Over the Rainbow. So yeah, this girl just like inventing her own shots, kind of crazy. And it's like an easy, very accurate long distance shot. And yeah, she makes the birdie so easy. It was kind of insane, actually. So yeah, she grows, evolves as a person. And she was playing injured, so yeah, I guess she won no problem, but she has to not spam her OP ability while she's still young. So yeah, the golf is like keeping it entertaining. Eve kind of moves on to be a pro. Maybe her and Aoi will reunite as they kind of like face each other in golf. But yeah, again, none of these characters seem to be struggling a lot against their opponent. They seem to have like an internal struggle within themselves, either emotionally, like Aoi with her dad, or physically with Eve and like not having to overtrain her muscles. But I enjoyed my stay. I love watching this like sports golf anime with these girls. girls. The drama is insane, top tier, all these characters doing their thing. So yeah, I'm heavily invested in this anime. Okay, so for Gundam Witch Season 2, Episode 8, kind of crazy. So this is the aftermath of like a lot of things. So Mjorn is kind of devastated that her plan kind of backfired. She wanted a peaceful alliance in Earth, but Prospero's like, bitch, no, we gotta do war. So yeah, Earth is kind of like, fighting again. These peace negotiations are bad, and then this is like a big battlefield there. Also, yeah, a big sad thing that happened. So the school is under attack. So we see Noria, she kind of attacks the school. She's had enough. Oh my god. And then a lot of other people are attacking. So it's kind of like Well's forces against Shadik's forces. They're all fighting. Shadik gets captured, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, Noria, bro, this girl, bro, she's so angry, just like full of rage, just attacking everyone, destroying the school. So Seletta's just like walking with the classmate, and they're just under attack. Rubble everywhere. Everyone's just like dying. I mean, fuck these girls, bro. You thought you get a happy ending with these Earth terrorists, but no. So yeah, Noria's kind of sad because Sophie died, and they were like a big family. So she lost that. She has no reason to live anymore. So she's like piloting this Gundam, kind of taking off all of her lifespan. Alan kind of like tries to talk her down, actually. So yeah, this dude has a big change of heart, but then as Noria kind of like gives up, she gets shot down. I was like, bro, what are you expecting? You're literally being a terrorist attacking the school. Like, of course you're gonna die. But I guess it's kind of sad because it's implied like in two ways that she was gonna die anyway from overusing the Gundam. So Alan's kind of confession on how they could be together, it kind of falls flat because yeah, this girl was like destined to die anyway. So yeah, we end the episode with the death. Sato's kind of sad seeing the aftermath of everything, but she doesn't let that discourage her because she has to rescue people from the rubble. Her job's not done yet. It seems like a big theme in this season 2 is tragedy and loss, so we just gotta deal with that. Okay, so for Dr. Stone Season 3, Episode 9, a lot of goofy things happening on this island. We gotta rescue the lab. We gotta do a lot of things. We gotta get Kohaku dolled up, win the kind of like pretty girl competition. So yeah, all that's happening in this episode. Very goofy way of like using their science, but Yasuika's kind of like bouncing around in the boat. As her and Genro kind of have a cool scene as they like steal the car. They kind of like drive it off the boat. It can actually float in the water, and they kind of escape into the forest. Since all these islanders don't know about science or technology, they're like, oh shit, is that a monster? What is it? So Senku tries to fool them even more by like kind of creating like a stink bomb. It's kind of crazy how their car can actually drive in water. Besides that, it was like a funny scene giving Kohaku makeup and kind of doing her hair. It was very difficult, but she does look good in the end. They kind of tell us a lot about like different hairstyles, makeup, and techniques. So I guess this is a good way to spend our time and teach us things as we're waiting for the next thing to happen. So yeah, Kohaku gets picked, Amaryllis gets picked, and also Ginro gets picked. We're pulling a Final Fantasy VII Cloud. So yeah, we start the plan. All three girls are about to infiltrate. We'll see how that kind of turns out. But yeah, pretty entertaining episode. This anime seems to be very low stakes though. Like there are villains, but I feel like our heroes are just overwhelmingly kind of doing a lot of convenient things with science to like get the advantage. So yeah, we'll see what's gonna happen. But yeah, pretty funny, entertaining season so far. Okay, so for Demon Slayer Season 3, Episode 9. I'll quickly go over this episode. It was pretty nice, just like a hype kind of. It showed off the Mist-Pillared one with all his breathing techniques. Animation was very nice. The story was a bit whatever because, a lot of talking in this fight. So I'm pretty much out here like, shut up, bro. We don't need to hear your generic shonen speeches, your generic villain mocking. But I do like the upper 5 because, he's very funny. Just like charismatic. Oh yeah, it's all about my art, my concentration, my focus. It's so beautiful. So yeah, him as a character is pretty funny. But yeah, overall, he was pretty underwhelming as like a battle opponent. But I did like the mist breathing techniques because yeah, like seeing Muichiro kind of slip through the mist. Animated very clean, very smooth and silky, seeing him move around. Good work on that, but besides that, fight's kind of mid. But overall, yeah, Muichiro, he got a power up, tattoos on his face, so he's like going on another level. Got that infinite strength with him. So he's like a big fish monster, and everything he touches turns into fish. So that's pretty funny. Random ass OP power, I guess. But yeah, Muichiro is too fast. But he's kind of outmatching this dude. And he's in the zone. It's his unlucky day because he got his memories back. So yeah, that even powers him up as well. So yeah, we saw that like in the backstory, him and his little brother, like the little brother died. And then Muichiro, he kind of like lived life with memory loss, joined the Demon Slayer Corps. But now after hearing words from Tanjiro, all the nice things that are happening, all this compassion around him, he gets his memories back, and he just slays the upper 5. So yeah, this dude's pretty strong and fast, but Muichiro, he kind of has like different techniques. So this one is kind of like the Mist Illusions, where he has kind of copies of him in the smoke. The upper moon doesn't know where to look, where to fight, and he gets caught off guard. Decapitated, bitch. It's over. It was kind of very surprising. Like this was his final form. I'm not gonna say it's underwhelming because it does show how strong Muichiro is. But besides that, an interesting thing happens where we don't see his backstory. So that's kind of a first in Demon Slayer. He's just talking shit. and Muichiro kind of slices him off. So no redemption, no Tanjiro crying for him. He just dies so unceremoniously. Besides that, though, we finish off that fight. So we got the kind of second half of the episode. We see the upper four moon now. So yeah, he got that like kind of wooden Hydra kind of attacking. My dude's just big chillin' playing the drums. And yeah, he's kind of attacking Tanjiro. So Tanjiro's like very injured. He gets his foot kind of cut up as well, so he can barely run, barely move. So yeah, we need someone to save our people. And we also see that this dude kind of has like different abilities. And we see that his like finished form, he can like summon all the other elemental powers. So he can slam you with the wind, he can use the electricity. He does like the sonic booms, the sound waves. So yeah, it's kind of over for our cast, but yeah, this is what we're waiting for. Kanroji is out here. She returns and she kind of saves the squad. So she helps Tanjiro, and she has her big curved sword that like defies the laws of physics, cuts up the Hydra's head, and now is about to set her sights on the upper moon. So it's probably going to be a hard fight. It's kind of her by herself because all the other cast members, Genya and Nezuko, are kind of injured. Tanjiro is super injured, but you know, this dude has proven to break his limiter multiple times. So yeah, next episode is probably going to be a good fight. We also see the aftermath of Muichiro. So he was kind of poisoned by his fight with the upper five, so he kind of passes out. But then all the other dudes kind of save him, the swordsmiths, the little kid Kotetsu that he was like bullying. And so that's it for Demon Slayer this week. Animation's very cool. The two upper moons we're fighting are kind of no big deal. But yeah, besides that, action's good, comedy's alright, so we just gotta keep watching. And yeah, that is it for the shows this week. Thank you so much for watching. Please let me know what your favorite anime this week was. There's a lot of cool action, emotional moments. All these romance shows are also very cute, so yeah, can't wait to finish them up.